Hello and welcome to Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. This is Barkha Gaur, your biology teacher. Children, today in this video we are going to revise chapter 13 of your biology, that is organisms and populations. We will be revising the important points which we should remember according to the exam point of view. So, the main points of this chapter which we are going to deal with are organisms and its environment, then the major abiotic factors which are responsible, which are necessary for the environment and the organisms. These abiotic factors are temperature, water, light and soil. So, how these factors affect the organism and its environment, ये देखेंगे हम. Then responses of these abiotic factors like the different types of organisms, जिस तरह का वो अपने life में जैसे are they regulator, they are conformer, या they migrate or they suspend. We will be understanding about adaptations also, and we will be discussing populations, जिसमें कि population attributes, population growth, growth models and population interaction. So, these are the important points which are going to deal with. So, children, be ready with your book and open page number 220. We are starting revising first topic, that is organism and its environment. So, as I told you earlier also, this graph is very important from exam point of view, and we can see due to the rotation of the earth and as it is revolving around the sun and due to its tilt, different the earth is not same all around, different type के biomes का formation हुआ है due to these changes in position of the earth, and these biomes are, you can see on this graph, these biomes are like desert, rainforest and tundra. So, you can understand this graph in this way that you should remember different biomes and their names. In exams the question may come like what is A, suppose यहाँ पे A लिखा रहेगा, B, so you have to name these biomes. ठीक है, so you should remember which biome is there in the graph. So, in this way the question these names will be removed and you may be asked to write the names of these biomes. So, this graph or this chart is showing the different biomes on the screen. So, earth पे we can see that different जैसे habitats हैं, there are habitats in which the animals or plants are able to survive generally, but some habitats are such on which very less type of organisms can survive. So, ऐसे harsh habitat हैं like scorching Rajasthan desert, rain soaked Meghalaya forest, deep sea ocean trenches, torrential streams, permafrost snow laden polar regions, high mountain tops, thermal springs and stinking compost pits. So, these are the such kind of habitats where normally organisms cannot survive, but certain bacteria can survive in such harsh environment also. These are also the pictures of different biomes of India: tropical rainforest, deciduous forest, desert and sea coast. The organisms involved like pathogens, parasites, predators and competitors. All these types of organisms are found on the earth. One important term mark कर लीजिएगा आप, niche. What is niche? Actually, each organism is has its own role in the ecosystem. उसका एक अपना habitat होता है, उसका एक function होता है ecological system में, and this is called niche. Now, we will be discussing the major abiotic factors which are going to affect the organism and its environment. तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं temperature की. The temperature, all organisms have different kind of tolerance for the temperature, है ना, सबका tolerance की capacity अलग अलग होती है, and all organisms respond accordingly. So, you can see in your book that on the earth the temperature is not same all over, somewhere it is below 0 and somewhere it is more than 50 degree Celsius. So, certain organisms have different tolerance for these temperature. So, according to that, on the basis of the tolerance of the temperature, the organisms are divided into two kinds like euthermal and stenothermal. So this is again very important. Eurythermal organisms which can tolerate and thrive in a wide range of temperatures. That means they can live in very less temperature regions also, and they can survive in the high temperature regions also, like human beings. Now we can live in 0 degree Celsius also, or we are living in around 50 degrees Celsius also. So these kind of animals are called eurythermal. And if the animal have a restricted tolerance for narrow range of temperature, तो अगर कोई ऑर्गेनिज्म सिर्फ बहुत कम टेम्परेचर चेंजेस को ही टॉलरेट कर सकता है, तो दोज काइंड ऑफ organisms are called stenothermal organisms. Okay. Now we know that the temperature is gradually increasing, जिसको हम global warming कहते हैं. तो if the organism is able to survive in that changed environment, then it will be able to remain on the earth and its species will be able to continue. तो eurythermal एक ऐसा provision है, it can tolerate such kind of temperature. The second abiotic factor is water. On the basis of availability of water, there are different biomes on the earth. We know that some places are in the form of desert, and where the availability of water is sufficient, the oceans, lakes and rivers are formed on the earth. Now if we talk about the quality of water, that is pH की हम अगर बात करें, तो pH of water is very important for the survival of organism. There are different kinds of water and their pH is also different. Suppose it is less than 5 in inland waters, 30 to 35 in the sea water and more than 100 in some hypersaline lagoons. So this is what ki there are different organisms which have the tolerance of pH of water. तो ये भी सबका अलग अलग होता है. तो such animals which can tolerate wide range of salinity of water are called euryhaline. ठीक है. And such organisms which have very narrow range of water salinity, tolerance of water salinity. अगर narrow range है तो वो stenohaline है, और wide range है तो वो कहलाते हैं euryhaline organisms. The third type of third factor is light. And when we talk about photosynthesis, it prepares, by this process all the plants prepare food for the whole earth. So availability of light is very important, and the duration of availability of light is called what? Photoperiod. The photoperiod is also different for different organisms, even for plants and even for animals. So that duration of light required by an organism is called photoperiod. Some animals, you know, which come out from their homes during the day, and some animals comes out during the night. So according to the requirement of those animals, the animals can be categorized into diurnal and seasonal variations. Now if we talk about the deep sea में हमने देखा है the solar radiation, all the rays of all the light rays of sun cannot reach in the deep sea. So only ultraviolet ray can reach there, and blue light can only reach into the deep sea where plants can use it for photosynthesis. Another factor is soil. Soil का भी composition, its grain size, इसका pH and aggregation, percolation of water and water holding capacity. All these are important, and according to that only the plants can grow in such soil, and which kind of plants will grow in such soil, it will decide which kind of animals will develop or grow in the that environment. Now we will see the response of these abiotic factors, how these abiotic factors are responded by the animals. So response of abiotic factors means, suppose some animals are there which are able to tolerate or which are able to make their temperature, body temperature and osmotic balance, अगर वो अपने body का constant रख पाते हैं, if the internal environment of the organism it is able to keep it constant, ठीक है, तो this condition is called homeostasis. So the organism will be able to survive in the environment only on the basis of these things. So the organism will be fit in the environment if it is able to keep the body temperature and internal environment constant. तो इसमें दो चीजें आ जाती हैं, constancy of internal environment, and this process is called homeostasis. So, you should remember what is homeostasis. That means the tendency of an organism to maintain the constancy of temperature also and osmotic balance. So, you can see this graph on your screen. Three kinds of organisms are there on the basis of their homeostasis. तो homeostasis जो maintain कर पाते हैं, they are called regulators. The regulators are the organisms which are able to maintain the constancy. Conformers are such kind of animals which cannot maintain their homeostasis, and their temperature या जो internal environment है, it also varies according to the change in the environment. Environment में जैसे जैसे changes होंगे तो उनका internal body environment भी change होता है. तो that means they are not able to make it constant. And some are partial regulators कि up to an extent they can control or they can maintain, they can keep the internal environment constant, and after that they are not able to keep it. So these are three kinds of organism. इसमें हम कुछ examples भी देखेंगे. तो aves and mammals are such kind of organisms which are able to tolerate or which have the ability to regulate their environment of the internal body. So this mechanism used by most mammals to regulate their body temperature are similar to ones that we human use. जैसे कि we maintain a constant body temperature of 37 degree Celsius पे हम maintain कर पाते हैं, ठीक है. But if there is change in the environment, तो we use certain mechanism. Suppose we are feeling very, suppose the environment is very hot, so we will profuse sweating करेंगे हम. Sweating से we can regulate our temperature. Similarly, if it is very cold outside, तो we can shivering से हम अपने body temperature को control कर सकते हैं. So we have the ability of such kind of regulating the environment. Second kind of organisms जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था conform. That means if an organism, mainly क्या है, 99% of animals they cannot maintain homeostasis. So how do they perform या how do they are able to survive in the atmosphere? So certain kind of mechanism is there. अब जैसे मैंने बताया mammals में have the ability to thermoregulation. तो thermoregulation करने के लिए much energy is required. So these conformers do not think to expend so much energy. तो ये क्या करते हैं, small animals जैसे they live on those places only जहाँ पे उनको वो environment suitable होगा. Suppose this is important line, heat loss or heat gain is a function of surface area. Surface area की बात करते हैं. Suppose small animals have a larger surface area relative to their volume, so they tend to lose body heat very fast when it is cold outside, and they have to expend much energy. So this is the main reason. यहाँ पे एक question बनता है बच्चों, why very small animals are rarely found in polar regions? ठीक है, because their surface area is very small. So they will lose more heat, so they will not able to survive there. ठीक है. Next we see some animals which are not conformer and which are not able to regulate their body temperature. What they do? They migrate. तो हमारा next topic migration का है. Migrate means to move from one place to another to just pass over the unfavorable condition. ठीक है. तो सपोज माइग्रेटिंग बर्ड्स की हम बात करते हैं. इन विंटर केवलादेव नेशनल पार्क में मेनी साइबेरियन क्रेन्स आर कमिंग एंड दे माइग्रेट फॉर पासिंग ओवर दैट कोल्ड क्लाइमेट एंड दे go back to their homes afterwards. Another method is suspend. Some of the organisms stop their growth temporarily. ये अपनी growth को, अपने development को suspend कर देते हैं. तो this is what suspend. For example, in certain bacteria, fungi and lower plants. So what they do? They stop their growth and development for a time being. जैसे कि हमने देखा seeds होते हैं. Seeds, if the condition is unfavorable, they will not germinate. And other vegetative reproductive structures, they also germinate when they get the proper environment or proper condition. So this is what suspend. one more thing is there, hibernation and estivation. So animals also prefer to hibernate. So this is what winter sleep. Hibernation is winter sleep to tie over the unfavorable condition. Similarly, estivation which is done in summer by some organisms. जैसे हमने bear के case में देखा है, they hibernate during much winter. Another important topic is adaptation. Adaptation, बच्चों, this is important from practical point of view also, कि adaptation is such kind of modification in the body of the organisms which help them to survive in particular environment. जहाँ पे वो रहते हैं उसके according वो अपनी body में ऐसे changes करते हैं, ऐसे modifications लाते हैं so that they can able to survive. So this is what adaptation. Adaptation can be of three kinds: morphological, physiological and behavioral. तो morphological में हम example देखते हैं, जैसे adaptations according to xerophytic conditions. जैसे desert में है, तो desert में certain animals like kangaroo rat is there. So if the water is not available, then how they fulfill this requirement? What they do internal fat oxidation. जो उनकी body में जो fat stored है उसका ऑक्सीडेशन करके, तो ऑक्सीडेशन में क्या होता है, वाटर रिलीज होता है, तो दैट मीन्स दैट रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ वाटर कैन बी फुलफिल्ड बाय इंटरनल फैट ऑक्सीडेशन. ठीक है. सेकेंड टाइप ऑफ एडेप्टेशन इज दैट these animals which are living in xerophytic conditions have the ability to concentrate their urine. So what will happen, their internal water will not be removed out of the body and minimal volume of water will be removed. ठीक है. Now we'll talk about the plants of xerophytic adaptations. The plants have thick cuticle. First point, they have thick cuticle on their leaf surface and their stomata are deeply seated. That means sunken stomata are present so that minimum transpiration will take place. Third point, they have special photosynthesis pathway which is called as CAM, and due to this pathway what will happen, the stomata will remain closed during the daytime. So again there will be less loss of water. And for example Opuntia, they have no leaves, the leaves are not visible, but they are reduced to, leaves are reduced to spines to reduce the loss of water. And they have flat stem, the green part which we see in those plants are the stems which perform the process of photosynthesis. Now one very important topic is there, Allen's rule, which may come in your exams. So what is Allen's rule? The animals, especially mammals which are living in colder climates, generally have shorter ears and limbs. They have shorter ear and limbs to minimize heat loss. Okay? So this is called Snell's law. They have shorter ear and limbs. In the polar aquatic animals like seals, they have a thick layer of fat which is known as blubber. So blubber, presence of blubber is another adaptation which act as an insulator and reduces the loss of body heat. तो ये cold regions में रहने वाले animals के adaptations हैं. ठीक है. तो till now जो भी हम adaptations देख रहे हैं वो कैसे हैं, morphological adaptations. Again suppose we are going on the height से भी जो high altitude places पे अगर हम जाते हैं तो altitude sickness हो जाती है. Altitude sickness in which we feel like nausea, fatigue and heart palpitation. तो ये ऐसा क्यों होता है? Because we are not getting enough oxygen. ठीक है. बट ग्रेजुअली स्लोली हमारी बॉडी उसके अडेप्ट कर लेती है उस कंडीशंस को एंड वी गेट एक्लेमेटाइज्ड एंड स्टॉप एक्सपीरियंसिंग एल्टीट्यूड सिकनेस. तो हमें एल्टीट्यूड सिकनेस महसूस होना बंद हो जाती है. तो ये कैसे हो पाता है? दिस कंपनसेट लो ऑक्सीजन अवेलेबिलिटी बाय इंक्रीजिंग आरबीसीज. तो आरबीसीज इंक्रीज हो जाते हैं एंड विच डिक्रीजेज द बाइंडिंग एफिनिटी ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन. तो दिस इज द रीजन why this altitude sickness is recovered after few minutes. Another topic is physiological functions. Physiological methods of adaptations are like suppose our body is able to our body has 37 degrees Celsius temperature, ठीक है, and all the enzymes can work in this temperature only. But certain organisms which can survive in harsh conditions, they can flourish in hot springs and deep sea hydrothermal वेंट्स, ठीक है, ऑल दीज कंडीशंस में ये रह सकते हैं जहाँ पे टेम्परेचर मोर देन 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस भी रहता है. तो हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल, हाउ दे आर एबल टू लिव इन सच हार्श कंडीशंस. And similarly, many fishes which are living in Antarctic waters where the temperature is always below zero. So how they are able to live in those conditions? So they have the adaptations according to their environment. Now we'll talk about the behavioral adaptations. Behavioral adaptations में क्या आएगा? Like कि जो organisms, some organisms show behavioral response to cope up with the environmental variations. जो भी variations हो रहे हैं, suppose बहुत desert area की, if we talk about the desert area, some lizards they lack the physiological variations in their environment. तो physiological जैसे कि mammals है, उनको वो कैसे डील करते होंगे हाई टेम्परेचर्स में. they go and sit in the sunlight to get the heat, and when the heat is absorbed by the body, they again come back in the shade. So in this way they regulate their body temperature. उसको कहते हैं basking. They bask in the sun and absorb heat when their temperature drops below the comfort zone and they move to shade. ठीक है, तो these are the behavioral adaptations.